Walk through Seoul's upscale districts at dawn, and you'll witness something extraordinary. Teenagers lining up outside plastic surgery clinics like they're waiting for concert tickets. These aren't vanity procedures, they're career investments. South Korea performs more cosmetic surgeries per capita than anywhere on Earth, with 1 in 3 women undergoing some form of aesthetic enhancement, according to the International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery's 2023 data. This is South Korea, where physical perfection isn't luxury, it's professional necessity. Behind the global fascination with K-pop, K-beauty, and Korean technological innovation lies a society placing impossible demands on its women. We're examining a nation reporting 16.5 female suicides per 100,000 population, according to Statistics Korea 2023, where 43% of high school students have contemplated suicide due to academic and social pressures, as documented by the Korea Youth Risk Behavior Survey 2022. Before we explore this paradox further, a quick note: YouTube has been automatically removing subscriptions. Please verify you're still subscribed and leave a like. This supports our channel's ability to investigate stories that matter. Your comments and perspectives are valuable too. Yet here's the fascinating contradiction. These same women, facing extreme pressures, are also driving remarkable changes. South Korea boasts one of the world's highest female university enrollment rates at 74%, according to Korean Educational Statistics 2023, with women comprising 47% of new tech industry hires, per the Korean Women's Development Institute 2023. This creates a society where a woman might direct operations at Samsung while facing a 32.5% salary gap, according to OECD 2023 data. Today we're dissecting this Korean paradox. How did the nation that revolutionized global technology, entertainment, and beauty standards also create an environment where being female means navigating expectations so extreme they can prove lethal? With 51.7 million inhabitants and one of Earth's most digitally connected populations, South Korea presents a unique case study of what happens when rapid modernization collides with millennia-old Confucian traditions. Contemporary Korean women exist in a reality where they can lead multinational corporations but still face judgment for remaining unmarried past 30. They create applications used by millions globally, yet must endure appearance interviews for basic office positions. They influence worldwide culture through YouTube and TikTok, while experiencing systematic cyberbullying for failing to meet impossible beauty standards. This chronicles South Korean women's story. Educated, technologically sophisticated, economically ambitious, yet trapped within systems valuing them equally for achievements and physical appearance, creating tensions, redefining not only career, but influencing global perceptions of modern femininity. Understanding contemporary Korean women's complexity requires examining how the miracle on the Han River, history's fastest economic transformation, specifically impacted female experiences. Within 60 years, Korea evolved from among the world's poorest nations to the 10th largest economy. But this progress extracted costs that women paid disproportionately. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, the Korean government aggressively promoted industrialization through cheap female labor. Rural young women were massively recruited for textile and electronics factories, living in controlled dormitories, working 12 16-hour shifts, and sending most wages to families. These industrial girls literally formed the foundation of modern Korean economy, yet their contributions have been systematically minimized in official development narratives. Educational systems expanded dramatically, and by the 1980s, Korean women already exceeded men in university enrollments. However, labor markets maintained traditional Confucian structures, viewing women as temporary workers until marriage. This created the M-curve employment pattern: high participation rates in the 20s, dramatic decline after marriage and motherhood, slight uptick in the 40s when children matured. The 1980s-90s democratization brought new opportunities alongside new pressures. Emerging chaebols, business conglomerates like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai created urban middle classes where women could access higher education and professional employment. Yet these same chaebols developed intensely hierarchical, masculine corporate cultures where women faced nearly impenetrable glass ceilings. The 1997 Asian financial crisis marked a crucial turning point. Economic collapse forced accelerated social changes. Families needed dual incomes for survival. Many companies collapsed, eliminating traditional male jobs, and new industries emerged where traditionally female skills like communication and customer service became valued. Within this post-crisis context emerged two parallel phenomena defining modern Korean female experience. First, the explosion of beauty and entertainment industries, K-beauty, K-pop, K-dramas, that transformed Korean femininity into a global export product. Second, development of one of the planet's most academically and professionally competitive societies, where women needed to be not just competent, but perfect to stand out. The result created a generation of Korean women trapped between contradictory expectations: professionally successful, yet physically perfect; economically independent, yet emotionally available for family; globally competitive, yet culturally traditional. This tension manifests in alarming statistics. South Korea maintains the world's lowest birth rate, 0.78 children per woman in 2022, and among the highest female suicide rates in developed countries. Digital technology, rather than liberating women from these pressures, has exponentially intensified them by creating platforms where every aspect of female appearance and behavior can be scrutinized, compared, and judged by millions instantaneously. Social media algorithms reward physical perfection while penalizing authenticity, creating digital environments more restrictive than traditional Korean society ever was. South Korea's beauty industry transcends simple economics. It operates as a sophisticated social control system, dictating femininity norms with scientific precision. The data reveals a society obsessed with physical perfection to pathological degrees that reshape human behavior at mass scale. First, surgical enhancement as social initiation ritual. International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery data shows South Korea performing 980,000 annual procedures across 51 million people, approximately one surgery per 52 inhabitants. Women account for 74% of these procedures. Blepharoplasty, eyelid surgery, has become so common that many receive it as high school graduation gifts. The average $2,500 USD cost represents 2 months of minimum wage, yet families consider this investment as essential as university education. Minjung Park, a 19-year-old from Busan, explains, "My parents offered me a choice: eyelid surgery or additional English semester abroad. I chose surgery because without double eyelids, no employer would take me seriously regardless of my language skills." Second, beauty standards as algorithmic exclusion systems. The K-beauty industry has quantified attractiveness to pseudoscientific extremes. Perfect faces must maintain specific proportions measured in centimeters. Skin must achieve exact tones on colorimetric scales. Body weight must remain within ranges medically considered underweight. Dating applications require full-body photographs, and many include height-weight filters. Companies conduct appearance interviews, evaluating not just attire, but facial characteristics for customer-facing positions. Third, cosmetic industry as insecurity laboratories. South Korea exports $7.2 billion in beauty products annually, yet domestically, average citizens spend $280 yearly on cosmetics, 5 times the global average. Typical skincare routines include 10-12 daily steps requiring 45-60 minutes completion. Cosmetic stores occupy more commercial space than supermarkets in districts like Myeongdong, with new products launching weekly, promising solutions to flaws that didn't exist until marketing invented them. Fourth, social media as digital beauty panopticons. Korean Instagram and TikTok operate under unwritten rules where displaying imperfect skin or non-ideal bodies results in systematic cyberbullying. Female influencers report receiving hundreds of daily comments criticizing microscopic appearance details. Pressure is so intense that many develop body dysmorphia. 23% of university women report clinical symptoms, according to a Seoul National University study from 2022. Fifth, psychological costs as documented epidemic. Eating disorders have increased 340% over the past decade among university women, according to Seoul National University Medical Center 2022. The Korea Institute for Health and Social Affairs reports an emerging phenomenon, digital dysmorphia syndrome, where patients seek surgeries to resemble social media filters. Depression rates among women aged 20 to 29 reached 28.7% in 2023, according to Korea National Health Insurance Service, compared to 12.3% in 2013. Most disturbing is how this perfection obsession has completely normalized. Mothers accompany 16-year-old daughters to plastic surgery consultations as routine family activities. Employers can legally reject candidates for failing to meet corporate image standards. Beauty has become a form of economic capital as tangible as education or professional experience, creating a society where physical appearance directly determines economic opportunity and social mobility. However, within this extreme social pressure, a generation of Korean women is emerging who are rewriting the game's rules. Using the same digital platforms that oppress them, they're creating resistance movements, changing not only Korea, but influencing globally how women relate to beauty and success. First, digital CEOs as new female chaebols. So Young Kim founded StyleShare, a fashion application reaching 10 million users and selling for $50 million in 2019. Her success opened doors for a new generation of tech entrepreneurs, creating startups valued in millions. These women aren't just earning money, they're redefining female success in Korea. "I don't need physical perfection to achieve professional perfection," Kim states. "My application speaks for me, not my face." Second, escape the corset movement as documented phenomenon. Initiated in 2018, the movement has been studied by Korean Women's Development Institute, which recorded 23,000 related social media posts between 2018-2020. While direct impact remains limited, only 2% of young women report significantly changing beauty routines, according to a 2021 survey. It has generated important public discourse. Several tech companies like Kakao and Nava have eliminated photo requirements from CVs, though this primarily affects corporate employment, not the general labor market. Third, gaming streamers as male entertainment industry disruptors. In a male-dominated industry, streamers like CodeMiko and K-Pike Fashion have built digital empires earning 100,000 pluses monthly through gaming without depending on physical appearance but on technical skills and personality. These women demonstrate they can dominate traditionally masculine spaces using technology, not beauty, as their primary tool. Fourth, legal digital activists combating spy-cam epidemics. Korea faces a hidden camera crisis in bathrooms, changing rooms, and private spaces, with over 6,400 cases reported in 2021, according to Korean National Police data. Activists like Ji-hyun Seo have used digital platforms to organize massive protests, pressure for legal changes, and create applications helping detect hidden cameras. Their work has resulted in stricter laws and increased public awareness about digital violence against women. Fifth, educational influencers redefining female content. Creators like Korean Unnie and Sue Beauty have pivoted from cosmetic content to financial education, professional development, and entrepreneurship. Their channels teach young women about investments, salary negotiation, and business creation, topics traditionally avoided in Korean female-targeted content. They've demonstrated that female audiences hunger for content that empowers them economically, not just aesthetically. Most impressive is the digital nomad Unni's case. Korean women who've created online businesses, allowing them to work from anywhere, completely escaping domestic social pressures. These women document their lives in vlogs that have inspired thousands to question whether traditional Korean life is really the only option for success and happiness. Most powerfully, these women aren't completely rejecting Korean culture, they're remixing it. They maintain valued elements while eliminating limiting ones, creating a new version of Korean femininity that respects cultural heritage while rejecting patriarchal oppression. After exploring this complex reality, South Korea clearly stands at the epicenter of a global transformation about what it means to be female in the digital age. Decisions Korean women make in coming years will not only define their country's future, but influence how societies worldwide navigate the tension between tradition and modernity. Demographic trends paint a fascinating and concerning picture. With the world's lowest birth rate, 0.78 in 2022, Korea faces an existential crisis where women are voting with their wombs against a system they consider unsustainable. This silent reproductive strike is forcing national conversations about fundamental reforms in labor policies, childcare, and gender expectations. By 2030, single women are projected to represent 40% of Korean households, a demographic shift requiring complete restructuring of economic systems designed around traditional families. Korean cultural influence is exporting both positive and problematic aspects globally. Capita has introduced Korean beauty standards to Western markets, while K-pop has popularized concepts like glass skin and extremely thin bodies among international teenagers. Studies in the United States and Europe show increases in plastic surgeries inspired by Korean aesthetics, especially among youth of Asian heritage. Korea is inadvertently exporting its insecurities alongside its culture. However, Korean digital resistance is also inspiring global movements. Escape the corset has influenced similar movements in Japan, China, and Asian American communities. Digital organizing techniques developed by Korean activists are being adopted by feminists in conservative societies where public protest is dangerous. The economic factor is creating irresistible pressure for change. With a rapidly aging population, Korea desperately needs to maximize female workforce participation. This is forcing companies and government to address structural barriers that have limited female potential. Companies like Samsung and LG have implemented blind hiring policies, eliminating photos from CVs, while government considers gender quotas for corporate boards. Technology is creating unprecedented opportunities for Korean women to rewrite social rules. The creator economy allows income generation without depending on traditional employers who discriminate by gender or appearance. Digital platforms enable building global audiences that value content for quality, not conformity to local beauty standards. But the most profound change may be occurring in Korean mothers' mindsets. Women who grew up during economic transformation are deciding to raise different daughters. They're prioritizing confidence over conformity, skills over appearance, independence over marriage. This generational transmission of alternative values could break millennia-old cycles of limiting expectations. The future of Korean women will be determined by their capacity to maintain valuable aspects of their culture: hard work, education, innovation, family respect, while eliminating toxic elements, extreme aesthetic pressure, workplace discrimination, personal sacrifice expectations. If they achieve this balance, they could create a model of modern femininity that other societies might emulate. Which aspect of Korean women's lives surprised you most? Did you know Korea has the world's highest plastic surgery rates? What do you think about the Escape the Corset movement? Share this video to generate conversation about these important topics, and tell us in comments your perspective on how technology is changing gender expectations globally. If you found this analysis valuable, subscribe, because we'll continue exploring how modern societies are redefining what it means to be a woman in the 21st century.